Awesome. I'm gonna give No-Lander a chance to join here.
And I'm keeping an eye on, well, you're in here, so I guess if you would keep an eye on Kind Ray, see what his fuel does when he starts to refuel. Hey, JK. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah, he did start. His fuel is going up. Yeah, he's going out with 55, so, and he went from 33 to 55, and it didn't go down.
Yeah, that's that's a new
Very
one.
Interesting. Yeah. My gaps aren't showing up either. This is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's saying Cotton Ray's 8 minutes 20 ahead. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, it does look like Pyro is P1 for now. He is got a marginal gap. He's got actually a sizable gap to FAF Swizzle. Both of which are known to be quite fast drivers.
Because it's same for me. Pyro's got low fuel.
Really? Oh yeah, for me as well.
Huh. Go through.
Looks like we have No-Lander joining us. How you doing, No-Lander?
Oh, doing fantastic, guys. Doing fantastic. Oh man, I did that on my phone, guys. Hold on.
All good, no worries.
That's not what I was trying to do. All right, I got to get to your stream now quickly.
That's curious. Huh.
My apologies for being a little late on that. I absolutely could not leave that other race. It was an incredible battle going on throughout the field for that stint, the whole race.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it looked pretty intense.
It was, man. That was by far and away best stint so far. Like, it was very, very good.
Okay. I know what to do.
My game's all
Those
messed
guys
up.
put on a show for sure.
Pyro's still P2.
Is he? Okay.
Come on.
Let's change that. And then that. X.
Oh wow, what is going on here? How does Kind Ray have a 59-second lead over Pyro?
Long story short, for whatever reason, we'll just call it a GT bug, but when Kind Ray went in, he had 33% fuel and everyone had their 5%. So we have no idea. So, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay then.
Yeah, we have no idea, and we've never seen it.
Yeah,
all right.
Another DG7 glitch. So it is Kind Ray then leading this race, the final stint for the day, split 2, stint 2 for the GT Sprint Championship, y'all. Pyro in P2. Looks like Big Swizzle in P3. What's that?
I think Pyro's the right one in the lead. I don't know. This is never seen this before.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so,
that's odd.
All right, series director's got to say something to clear the air. Right now, Eddie's is 1 lap ahead. He accidentally drove past the first lap, that was the formation lap, and did another lap after that. So he's actually he's 1 lap ahead. He did go into the pits at the end of lap 1, but for some reason he accidentally pressed something after he came into the pits, which is why he has more fuel than everybody else. So I'm trying to figure out what to do to correct the issue. I'm thinking I might have to do something real time here to correct it.
Could you do a hold
I don't
on
a
his...
stop and go, a stop and go, and then have him wait at the end of the pits until the other guys get that lap back. Potentially could work.
We got time. I'll try to figure it out.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Dig's working on it, JK. So... Okay. That's good. Oh. There we go. Those are our comms. Both Nolander and Oak.
Yep. And nice to meet you, Oak. Pleasure to jump into the comms box with you, sir.
Thank you. Likewise. Likewise.
I am absolutely gutted for your race, man.
No, it's all good though. Things happen.
Yeah,
But-
indeed they do. If there was something we could all do about it, we certainly would.
Yeah. It was definitely not one of my brightest moments. Kind of threw the headset across the room.
Yeah. I don't doubt it, man. I don't doubt it. As much money as the sim racing world has given to GT7 throughout how many years now? 25 years? You would think that they would have servers that wouldn't do this kind of stuff.
You know, it actually, interesting enough, it wasn't actually internet at all. It was my power went out.
Oh, copy. Oh, man. Yep, that's definitely unfortunate.
Yeah. It was only my bedroom. The whole house was fine, just the bedroom.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's all good. I think I figured out the root cause for it, but...
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know, because oftentimes that is the case. Somebody gets dropped from the server. It's a server issue, but it can also be an internet issue, or like in your case, a power glitch certainly will do it too.
Yeah.
Yep, that's unfortunate. So the battle currently, I'm looking at, we have P4 and P5 in the form of Snipes and MRL's Johnny Waffle, just 0.8 of a second separating these two. And I need to get into the actual lobby, although I'm almost hesitant now. I can just, call the comms from the YouTube, but however, it's delayed. I'm not sure what to do on that front.
Put simply, Jonathan, mistakes were made, and race control is figuring it out.
It looks like, I think Pyro might have pitted again. It looks like he didn't take enough fuel, so he did have to go into the pit box again, fill up that tank. The battle continues for P4 and P5. Snipes only a 10th separating them as they come into the first corner. Ooh, looking to make the switcheroo happen. Doesn't look like it'll happen. Johnny Waffle does get the better exit. Coming down into the second chicane here. Johnny Waffle may opt to take the inside as he does. Looking to make the move on Snipes. Breaks later than him. And he gets it done without a problem. Nicely done there, Johnny Waffle.
Indeed. Great chicane move. The racing all day long has been absolutely phenomenal here at round 3. The Temple of Speed is proving to live up to its very iconic name.
Oh, certainly.
Repping Medway Racing League. And we have PHG Team Susan, represented by Pyro. Repping FAF. I think it's Swizzle? Yeah. Swizzle, who's I think in second. Okay. I do know we have two people that aren't, well, two teams that aren't here, but I forget which ones they were. Just slowly going through the all the team cards. I think Lime, Team Lime might be one of them.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, so Team Lime did opt out of this race since they didn't have enough drivers for this event.
So P7 takes his pen, and Soulca's not too far away. And then S7R Raccoon. I think it's Dipshy repping Raccoon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, these two look to be the closest on track at the moment. All right. Making our way through the teams. We have, I guess you would say that as Edie's, who has 7, has another penalty, this time 1 second. And
Indeed, that's not going to help to keep that position.
ooh, second and a half.
P8's well close enough to grab it.
Oh yes.
And another half added to it. Yeah, that's not good.
Okay. Then repping MVR Team Gold for MVR is a Slow K. We see is on the tail of this Merc. Let's see.
Yeah, the number 13 Mercedes is definitely going to lose that position here as he has to serve this penalty. Definitely an easy overtake for Slow K.
Yep.
And he's going to gain a lot of ground coming through Parabolica too. He's got the overspeed, so he should be well out of the slipstream even by the time they get out onto the start-finish stretch.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be very close on that front. It looks as though Tahir is just inside of slipstream range, which I'm sure he is very happy about, as the Merc is able to close some good distance with the slipstream. And a late break there from Tahir as well really closes the gap up nicely for him.
And it looks like Tahir is staying pretty close to, I think it's slow, NVR slow. He is creeping up ever so slightly. Now only 7/10 separating them. Tahir does have a sizable gap behind him, like 10 seconds ahead of Hot World.
Yeah, indeed. Are there any other battles going on in the track, or on the track, rather?
Yeah, this is
Copy.
closest battle on the field at
That's
the moment.
crazy, too, because in the last stint, like 6 of them came in, just one right after another. That's why I was like, oh man, I cannot just leave right at the end of this brilliant racing that's going on. It's got to have comms called for it. Looks like we're looking at the remaining tracks scheduled for the season. If you want to go back to that graphic, I'll call that out for you, Mr. Casual.
Just cycling through the team cards, trying to be a bit better about that. So that way, everyone has their screen time.
Yeah, those are nice. I really like those. I think that's a great addition to the stream. That's absolutely brilliant to show not just the person who is racing on the track, but the entire team as a whole. Yeah,
because it helps me as well. Honestly, it's like because most of these people I don't know, and so seeing the team cars has honestly helped me out as well.
Right. Yeah, and it gives a greater overall insight as to what potentially could take place in further stints, and even later on during the season. Once you know the racers, you can make some pretty accurate predictions as to what might potentially happen just by knowing the individual drivers and being able to put those individual drivers to the team and who the remaining drivers are on the team, you know. So it is definitely some helpful knowledge. We ought to start doing dollars to donuts bets up in the chat. Oh.
I know it does look like that. It does look like that. FAF Swizzle did pick up damage on the last lap that he went around, so he did pit and lost quite a bit of time. Now down in P8.
Right, copy that.
Let's see.
I agree, Asriel, up in the chat saying that the team driver cards are sick, Stig. I agree. I really like that aspect. It's a very good thing, and I'm surprised it actually hasn't been done before to where you can bring it in during the middle of the race like that. I've seen it before to where, you know, it's gone over pre-race or whatnot, but that just a small card allowing you to throw it off to the side during the middle of the race. Really good call for sure.
Kind of like puts a face to a name.
Yeah. We're working on that, Azrael. Certainly, it's a work in progress as to try to figure out how that's going to be dealt with. For the time being, the race is going to continue as is, and it will likely be a time penalty at the end of the race as a potential answer to that question as well. Just let the race go on, and then once the race is finished post-race, the standings can be changed according to the time penalty given congruent to the time that was gained for the incident. Might be a really good way to do that.
TLDR, mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Yeah, race control is having a look at the incident, so they will come up with a decision shortly on what to do next.
Yep. It's got to be something along those lines, or a stop and go until the drivers that are, you know, a lap down are able to regain that lap in time that they should not be down. Something along those lines will be happening. Again, we're waiting on the confirmed decision from race control, but it's definitely not gone unnoticed, y'all. So NBR Slow K here, currently in P6. Looks like a matter of 12-second deficit to P5 and a 5-second lead over Big Swizzle.
Well, I think Kind Ray is Edie's, and I saw in the in-game chat that they told him to pit now. I guess he missed the message.
Yeah, I don't think he caught the message.
Yeah.
And I don't believe any of these guys. Stig, if you can hear me, potentially what I was talking about earlier is just go back in the stream after the race is all over. Just let him continue it, and then you can see the time difference that was gained, and then just take that time away, and that would be your results. It's a potential solution, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's like nothing wrong with that. It just kind of complicates the end finishing order a bit. So I think that's why he's probably trying to have Kind Ray go in now.
Right. Well, if he sees the message, then that will totally work for sure. If he doesn't see, I know I don't read messages while I'm racing, so it could be a case where he just never does see it, and if that's the case, then potentially the only real fix would be to just post race adjust the standings according to a time penalty, that was gained.
Yeah, because I think it was like about a minute or so.
Yeah, it had to have been. It had to have been because he was a minute. When I came in to the lobby, it was literally a 59-second point. I think it was like 59.9, almost exactly a minute. And I know for certain, because I called comms for the last stint, that those drivers came in within 1 second of each other. He has seen the message, y'all, so and he has pitted, but he's not going to know when to leave without that message. So hopefully He is watching for his message as to when he is able to then leave the pits. We shall see. Either way, this should give Lucas the Iceman the race lead, which is how the race finished over there. But Johnny Waffles, that's MRL, currently in P3. That's Medway?
Yes.
They finished the race in, I want to say, like P8? How are they up into P3 already? So now race leader is back on the lead lap again. So this is good. This is good news.
Okay.
I'm guessing Stig did exactly what I was talking about and is just going to hold him in the pits for the allotted time.
Yeah, I presume so.
What team is he with? That'll give us somewhat of an idea of where he should be coming out at.
Let's see if I can find him. All right, he's got the green light.
Go, go, go. Ooh, a 1 second penalty there for Lucas.
No, that's for fucking. No, not that one. That's okay.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. I just wanted to say on live what happened. Okay.
Go for it, bud.
All right. So what happened was Eddie did an additional lap, and he was 1 lap ahead of everybody else. What he did was he pitted at the end of lap 1 and accidentally refueled a little bit, and then did another formation lap, which put him 1 lap ahead of everybody else. So what I did is I made him go into the pits. He wasn't allowed to take tires or fuel, and he did a 2-minute sitting penalty. So it's actually really close because Dipshy, the S7R Raccoons team, was just behind him when he entered the pits, and that's exactly what we see on the track. So there will be further review of this post-race. Additional penalties may be incurred, but I wanted the true leader to be in the front. I didn't want some person who wasn't the true leader in front of the race, because I felt like it would have changed the feeling of the race. So I think what happened was exactly what I wanted to happen. But there may be further penalties just because the team Enduro Experience did not follow directions. So there will be a discussion amongst the committee and the steward to figure out what additional penalty may happen because they simply didn't follow directions.
Understandable. So there you go, chat. There's a breakdown of what has taken place and what the remedy is for the time being. And the teams and everybody who needs to be will be informed of any later repercussions and or decisions made by stewards and race control alike.
All right. Yeah. Currently, as is, looks like these two are a battle, and the other place was between Pyro and Snipes.
Yeah, And now it's only 4 seconds, or sorry, not 4 seconds, 4/10 separating them. As Snipes does go a little bit deep into the first corner. And now making Pyro ever so closer to him. Deep within the slipstream range, coming down into the second chicane. Will he get it done? Who knows?
Wow, the stream is considerably far behind. On stream, we've just come through the second chicane. So as far, are you in the lobby, Oak?
Yes, I am.
Okay, buddy. You take the lead on the comms. I'll
Gotcha.
do the color commentary because
Awesome,
you're
sounds
seeing
good.
it real time.
Yep. As you see, Pyro,
That'll totally work.
he does bump draft. Snipes opts to work with him.
Yeah.
Coming down into a Scary. Getting a better exit than Snipes. He might look flashy him.
Okay.
And he does opt to work with him.
All right.
Yep, he's apparently just letting the driver know that he has no intention of making a pass. He is just going to bump draft.
Yeah, he is looking to the inside now. Coming down to the
I
main
think
straight.
I think he did that just to get into some clean air for braking. It helps a lot with braking.
Yeah.
And you can keep close to the driver without threat of hitting him, getting into the clean air.
And it looks like Pyro's going down the inside into the first chicane. It looks like he gets it done on Snipes. Coming out of the corner side by side. Pyro does take a little bit of gravel, but looks like it doesn't affect his exit too much.
Nope, and great respect there shown for both drivers, allowing for each racer to have plenty of adequate racetrack. Well done to the drivers on that front, for sure.
And it did look like Snipes did slot in behind Pyro to not try to force a move down the inside, which is great sportsmanship across the board for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. We see it time and time again in the IRO, and it's one of the things that I love about the IRO the most is clean racing is of the utmost importance, and it's not just to the organization, it's to each and every one of these drivers. So big shout out to all of the drivers throughout the entire IRO. Absolutely love to see that. Clean racing is fun racing. And that's what this is all about. It's all about fun. Yeah, everybody wants to win. However, if you cannot win cleanly, how good is that win going to feel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically our highest, how do I say, that is what my team is most well known for, and that is the thing that we strive to be known for, is that each and every one of us are supremely clean racers. We do not even attempt to make a pass unless it can be done cleanly.
Yeah. It looks like Slow is jumping into the pits. He has a lot of tires, but he doesn't have a lot of fuel. So this might have been just a fuel miscalculation on his side.
Well, he may have taken on, he's going to jump onto the soft compounded tires and take on just enough fuel to finish the race is what he's going to do. So that was a strategy call there. And quite a brilliant one, too, because of the fact that he was on the medium tires. So it's the slower compound of tires. You're going to want the least amount of fuel possible. Keep the car as light as possible, and thereby letting you go faster around the track, which y'all being racers, you know that, but just for chat out there and the viewers, there's a bit of an explanation as to what that was that you're seeing.
Yeah. And he does come out on the soft, so now he will have that pace advantage over everyone as he does get past, or Tahir does get past him, getting the overcut done on Slow.
Okay.
But as we see now, Slow does have the tire advantage.
Yeah, indeed, and that's going to play a big role too when it comes to the later on in this stint, jumping onto the softs early like this with 30 laps remaining in the race could be advantageous, but also could be detrimental too, because those tires towards the end of the race, the guys that are on the medium tires are going to have a lot fresher tires with better or at least equal grip to the softs towards the end of this stint.
And it does look like Pyro and Snipes down in P3 and P4 are still within a close margin of each other. Looking like it's 7/10 around that area. They do have similar pace, considering that Pyro is on the softs compared to Snipes on the mediums.
Nah, copy that. So Snipes really doing quite well in that Mercedes AMG to keep just to keep within range of Pyro, being as how the Mercedes isn't an overly powerful car, so it does have more go when it comes to these straight stretches than what the Porsche does. But the Porsche is a much more nimble car. So that being said, Snipes being on the mediums, he's doing a fantastic job just keeping up with Pyro right now.
And don't forget, the 992 is also really good on fuel as well.
And tires.
Yeah, something I've learned.
Oh yeah, it's really good on fuel and it's good on tires for sure. Oh man alive. Ouch.
And it does look like P10 and P11, NVR Slow and Tahir are very, very close to each other. And it looks like Slow is trying to make the move on P10 here. They both are in the same car, the Mercedes AMG. So this is kind of down to pure driver skill and a bit of a tire advantage, certainly. But it looks like Slow is doing a good job at keeping his wits about him.
Yeah, and with the sun going down, tire wear will be better as well.
Definitely, good call there. As he is in the slipstream range, making up time ever so slightly, coming down into the first chicane. See who gets the better exit coming out of here. And it looks like Tahir gets a slightly better exit. And he might live on to stay ahead in this next chicane.
Slow King.
The battle is still brewing to happen. Maybe in about a lap or two time. They come down into a Ascari.
While this is happening, we got IRO and Snipes about a second apart, but yeah. Pretty close to
looks like gaps. Yeah, they're maintaining themselves surprisingly. Seeing with the different tire advantages and whatnot, it looks like gaps are staying relatively about the same for the entire field. As Tahir is now under threat, seriously, from Low. He opts to not take the draft from Tahir.
Yeah, I think he wants a better exit.
Yeah, and it might have something to do with the dirty air, considering that it is heavier than others on certain tracks, but I could understand why he would not take the draft in that case.
Okay.
As we see Snipes in P4, he did pit on the medium tires. Looking to do his soft stint now.
Okay.
Now Pyro does have a pretty big gap behind him, looking like it's 28 seconds ahead of FAF Swizzle.
Yeah, slow K's right on Tahir's rear now, leaving Ascari and down towards Parabolica. Kind of looks like slow K's not really going to go for it unless Tahir makes a mistake. And down to T1.
It looks like he is going to take the draft this time around. Does he peek down the inside? No, he won't, actually. Surprisingly, he is letting off the throttle in order to have a better run out of the first chicane. And who knows, maybe these two may be opting to work together.
Yeah, I mean, if you're both have a similar range of skill, then you might be like, we're just going to lose time if we fight too much. So, very possible.
Absolutely, can be the case for sure. Two drivers, two intelligent drivers, even on opposing teams, that can be a very beneficial strategy. And like I said, it has to be a calculated move, but in my estimation, it is a wise move.
And looks like Slow is taking the outside and going into Ascari. He brakes earlier than Tahir.
Yeah, backs out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jonathan says, no, they should not work together. I don't want them catching up to my teammate, Jay.
It did look like Jay did serve a penalty on this lap, so definitely won't be one of his best laps. So
yeah, I was going to say, two Mercs working together probably makes for a happy and naughty.
And it looks like Slow is going for it again. Does he back out this time? Is it coming to the first chicane? Looks like he doesn't. Here around the outside, they will become. They are side by side coming out of the first chicane.
Okay.
Wow, brilliantly done from both of those drivers. Absolute respect shown, and that was clean. That was real clean.
Looks like Tahir will try to pass on the inside now, coming into the second chicane. Slow looking to get a better exit, and he does.
Yeah, Slow K backed out that going into the second chicane because they were going to lose a lot of time if they try side by side.
Yep. Now Slow is back into the slipstream range. Looking to see if he can make another move. Going into Ascari. as he opts to bump to here yet again. And as we see
Yeah,
P5 and
why
P4 swapping positions up ahead into the
Right.
first chicane. And it looks like a
Why
nicely
not
done
make
move
it
by
a
Hot
three-way
World.
battle for P9, huh?
Oh, yeah.
S7R's Dipshy now jumping into the pits and get some fresh shoes and more racing fuel to round off the stint.
Being as Dipshy was on the medium tires, he will have the advantage compared to Kindray.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Then while this is happening, we still have Hot World and Swizzle near each other.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Battle for P4, and they are, looks like, about 31 seconds outside of P3. With as much racing time as left, if I was those two drivers, I'd be looking to work with the other person too. Two cars being faster than one, and 31 seconds, a great deal of time to make up, even with 24 laps remaining in the race. I would certainly be looking to work with that driver.
Yeah, Hot World's in because he was about to be out. He goes in for his stop.
Yeah.
looks like Slow did get past to here on the previous lap. And it looks like Slow is making the move stick. Does have a gap now, to here. To her, to here. How do you say that name? Oh, to her?
I have no idea, but I would assume to here.
I wonder if you say his name as Tahir Yeehaw.
Right?
I was
just
looking
call
at
him
the rest.
Yeehaw. That's pretty American. Yeehaw!
To her. Jonathan says to her.
To her? Okay.
But Jonathan was kidding. Jonathan is as knowledgeable as we are.
And it looks like P1, Lucas the Iceman, does go into the pits.
Carlos. There we go. We can just call him Monty.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's his either the actual username or, and we're looking at the nicknames now, which I don't know why
that's the names you see are their online IDs.
Okay, so his nickname may be Monte Carlo then. And I actually do remember that name. I think he is absolutely right.
So
administratively, I always use PSN IDs. Exactly. I prefer that myself because a nickname, you could be talking about the same driver and you have no clue you're talking about the same driver because who uses nicknames? I don't even understand the point of the nickname thing. Like, well, for GT7 purposes, you could potentially want your racing name to be different than, say, your COD name, which is your PSN ID, right? So I can see it in that maybe that's what they were thinking.
But
just further confusion. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Here, nickname is Monte Carlos.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so Monty and P9 here now.
They are in for their stop. No damage, so looks like just a scheduled pit stop. Okay. Check on. Let's see. Guess we'll check on. See where Swizzle is at. Our next front runner is now in the pits, Johnny Waffle.
Yeah, and interesting enough, MRL did struggle in these last 2 rounds, as seeing in Laguna Seca they did finish P12, so it is nice to see them battling for the win here at Monza.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got himself in a good position, looking good. Plenty of race left to go. Lots of opportunities ahead.
Yeah,
And that is one of the 3 top cars that finished in the top 3 of the previous stint. So that's good to see.
Yes, we
Yep,
see,
as
Johnny comes out.
yeah, Johnny is under threat now from FAF Swizzle, who may be on the slower compound, as well as Pyro now within touching distance. Only 4 seconds separating them. 5 seconds now.
Yeah, IRO will be hoping that they may battle some. Hopefully catch
Yeah,
up.
he's certainly going to be hoping. Certainly going to be hoping for that.
As we see Jay's in the pits now, making his stop.
Jay moving on to the fast tire now too, so he was operating on the slower compound of tire. So yeah, he may be looking pretty decent towards the end of this as well. Even if those guys are going to get him around him during the pit stop, he could potentially get that back due to just pitting later for one, so pressure tires towards the end of the race, and then 2, he may also come out on the quicker compounded tire. So good stuff.
Oh no, we had a disconnect from Snipes.
Oh yeah, Snipes, part of IORT. Unfortunate to see.
Man. Yeah, nobody likes that. Nobody likes that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to win a race like that, and certainly no one wants to lose one that way either.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of those, if you're in the back, you don't mind it too much. But then it's like, if you're up
Right.
front, you're got some colorful language.
Yeah, to say the least. Potentially broken headsets or controllers. Which, let's hope that didn't happen. That only adds to the misery.
And it looks like Dipshy in P8 is putting some serious threat on Edie's here, or Eddie's.
Yeah, since he's in that GTR.
Yeah, and Dipshy is actually a racer I know quite well also. Him and I in the past have been quite evenly matched on the racetrack, and he's definitely a capable racer. We see him making the move there. Will it stick through the first chicane? That GTR is not as nimble, obviously, as the Porsche. Looks like he's made it happen, though.
Yeah, much like the Porsche, the GTR is kind of one of those master of none kind of cars. It's competitive everywhere, but yeah.
It's right. You're exactly right. It is a very well balanced car. Some tracks it doesn't do very, exceptionally well on, and there's other tracks that it does do exceptionally well on, but a very well balanced car.
Yeah. We interesting enough, we actually raced the GTR in the GTEC championship around Nürburgring for 24 hours, and we did actually come P1. So that car was an absolute dream to drive. It's a really good all-arounder. It is, I will say, a little bit of a brick, but it makes up in everything else. So.
Same thing with that Mercedes, or another really good one that you could compare it to would be the BMW M6. It's bricky, but it's overall very, very well balanced and tuned ride.
Yeah. To see FAF
So
Swizzle
Johnny
was able to
Waffle.
get passed by Johnny
Yeah.
Waffle.
Yeah. I was just going to say, it looks as though Johnny Waffles lost that position. So again, tire and pit strategies certainly playing a part here in the final stint of the race for today here at the Temple of Speed. And it is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out later on in the stint when that tire degradation starts to really play an effect on these racers with 19 laps remaining. That's a lot of tire wear that they're going to be looking at towards the end of the stint.
All right. Let's see, our leader's about 18 seconds as Johnny is looking for the move. The
Yep.
T1.
Looking
This
like he is
is
going to get it done.
Nope, not quite.
Not side by side. Oh, Swizzle did get a better exit.
Yeah, I think Johnny was trying to make sure not to squeeze Swizzle. So gave him enough
And that
room.
looks like it does make Pyro in contention more and more for a podium position,
Yeah,
as he's now only 1.3 behind Johnny Waffle.
Yeah, a few laps ago it was 4-second gap, and now it's down to a second. That's the actually.
Yeah, he's moving, and last stint, that car definitely was doing very well. Battle for P1 through most of the race.
I had a chuckle. I seen Swizzle's wiper was going. I'm like, I don't think you're going to need that.
In fact, these two Porsches here that we see now throughout the final half of the race, the entire last half of the race was a battle between those Porsches and then the Porsche from the team that Lucas is in, which I don't recall the name of that team right offhand, but it was those three cars at the front of the pack at the finish of the last stint. So it looks as though we're coming back into alignment as to how the last stint
P1's about to be interesting.
finished.
Yeah, looking like it's a three-way battle for P2 here, as they all three come down into the first
have a three
chicane.
wide.
Yep, a little bit of bumping there.
Yeah, slight contact from Johnny caused Swizzle to understeer into the sausage.
Oh,
Now only 1.2 seconds separating P2 to P4 as they come down into the second chicane. Pyro looking to make the move here, catching up ever so slightly to Johnny Waffle. Ooh, but Pyro does collect a 0.5 second penalty, which is not what you want to see at all in this stage of the race. As it gives a little nudge to Swizzle.
He's either going to try and send it or just try to get those two as close as possible so he can try and catch back up after he takes his spin.
Ooh, and Pyro does give a little nudge again to Swizzle. But he is now to serve this penalty, so he is going to drop a ways back. He will now be hoping to catch up before the end of the race. Now it comes down to Swizzle and Johnny Waffle. Now a two-way battle for P2 at the moment.
What are we looking at for the lead on P1? How much of a lead has he got?
So it looks like
23 seconds.
P1 does have a 23-second gap on P2 at the moment.
Oh, yep.
And Before our group was fighting a few laps ago, it was around 1810.
Right.
Ooh, our
Yeah,
leader
that thing's been moving
just
and
got a
grooving all
penalty.
day.
Just a half-second penalty, but yeah, our leader's got a penalty.
Yep, that Porsche has looked good on track all day long. And I don't just mean the livery.
And something interesting I am seeing with Pyro that I've just noticed is that when he's coming down the straight, I do see him like going from side to side. I don't know if that's
Underbraking?
part of. No, just down the straight. Like, I don't know if that's
okay.
part of the strategy, but
Maybe.
I just noticed that as you said that, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I seen him do it under braking,
Yeah.
and I just thought that it was a hard late break causing that to happen, but yeah.
Pyro is breathing down the bumper of Swizzle, looking to make the move down the inside into going into Parabolica. See who breaks later.
Let's see.
Looks like Pyro
done.
does.
I think
And
everyone has pitted thus far now, Josh. I couldn't tell you about that.
I think, yeah. I think Lucas has already gone in.
Yeah, at this stage
I
in the
think
race,
so. I think
everyone has
everybody
pitted.
in the lobby is now pitted, but
Yep.
I could be wrong.
Okay.
Great race, by the way, Josh, on that last stint, man. You guys were battling out. That was a lot of fun to call the comms on that race. It was brilliant racing throughout the field.
Yeah, as you found out firsthand, it's like if Josh is in the race, it's not going to be a boring race.
Yeah, I mean that entire lobby. I think from first to like P10 or 11 even was less than a second off on qualifying. The first 7, I think, was, if I remember correctly, about 5 or 6 tenths off on qualifying. It was quite good. Quite a good race. Very, very enjoyable to watch and call comms for.
Pyro is looking to make the move on Johnny Waffle, going into Parabolica. He breaks late. A little bit of contact between them. Looks like they will live, though.
Yeah.
Pyro does get the move done on Johnny Waffle, claiming that P2 and another podium position. As they are side by side now, coming down into turn 1. Who will be later on the brakes? Looking like it is Pyro.
Yep.
Looks like he will get that move done. Nicely done by Pyro there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another very strong feature for that Porsche is braking. It brakes very well.
Yeah. Because it helps that car likes to rotate by default, so yeah, makes it a bit easier. Okay. And here and Edie's are near each other. Then next closest battle, I guess, is what we've been watching. Would be there's Jay. Let's see our leaders coming up on lap traffic.
Oh yeah, yep.
Okay. So, looks like Lucas is having a boring race, but sometimes you want a boring race.
Yeah, if you're the race leader, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
Let's see.
Keeps the adrenaline and the old heart rate down.
As we see, our trio right here kind of spread out a little bit. So, like, keeping in touch with each other.
Yeah, starting to get just a little separation amongst the group, and that is, I'm sure, going to change as we start nearing the end of this stint. Again, due to tire degradation, it's going to start to play a factor here, not too awful far out.
Let's see. The gap for Ditchy is. This next car. So, to here and Conray are. Okay.
Yeah, that is a pretty quick lap time indeed, especially for a racing lap time. Lucas with a 148.330, currently the fastest man on the racetrack here at the Temple of Speed. And things are going to start getting exciting. I believe we're going to start seeing a couple of these drivers start to close gaps as this stint comes to an end here for the GT Sprint Championship, round 3 at the Temple of Speed, and it has been an absolutely thrilling race thus far. And as we get closer to the end, again, I think we're going to start seeing some more excitement on the racetrack.
Yeah, these two are pretty close, and then I think let's see, X would be our leader. He's close to Slick. Oh, maybe a little bit closer than the last time we checked in with him, but it's getting there slowly.
Yeah, I don't even. I don't know what happened with that team. I know that Root was driving in the last stint, and they were having a good race mid-pack, and then something happened, and they ended up in P last, unfortunately. So, but he's definitely got pace, as we can see. Race leader here is not catching him easily. I mean, he is catching him, yes, but it's not being done easily. So definitely a driver and a team with pace.
Yeah, Slip lets him go, so no problems for our leader. Okay.
Yeah, that car has just looked, that Porsche in particular, has really looked good on track all day long. As well as being a very, very nice livery. I'll tell you, my other favorite livery on track is that Ferrari. That's a banging livery as well.
Yeah, Swizzle has seemingly fallen off a bit. Lap times look consistent. So, like, Johnny's had 49 the last 2 laps, whereas Swizzle has had more 50s. So, looks like Johnny's been able to be a bit more consistent.
Yeah, that one aside from the 152, some pretty good consistency there for sure.
Yeah, and they're both on the same compound. So it's just a matter of attrition at this point.
Yeah, and again, the Mercedes is not an overly powerful car. It's one of those cars that are quite well-rounded. Also, and ooh, Johnny Waffle holds on to it there, but had himself a bit of an unpleasant ride momentarily coming out of Ascari. But again, I think that the 992 is just overall better suited for this track currently under the conditions of the latest update and the physics of the game. I think that the Porsche is just really dominating when you would almost think that it would be a car such as the AMG, or as we've seen earlier, the Viper, obviously, with just the sheer raw horsepower and torque that car has. Definitely, in my opinion, would have seen that car come out on top. And no surprise, too. It is a very fast car, and altogether, it handles fairly well for being such a overly, well, I don't want to say overly, but a very powerful car. It's just it handles a bit like a boat, like the other cars that we're talking about. I don't know, Oak, what's your take on the Viper currently?
I think he had to step away, but I think I've used the Merc a few times here and there. I'm don't know about it as much as others, but I find it overall is a pretty solid choice as a car. But yeah, I found it was like you kind of need to be a bit careful at the low end since it has so much torque. Because you can easily loop it around if you're not careful, being in, say, like second gear.
Yep, indeed. Overall, I think that the car that has, and it's hard for me to say that there's a car that is on track that has struggled here the most at Monza, because the races are such high quality, so it's really hard to get a read on the car, because the racers, make the car. They make the performance of the car what it is. The car doesn't make the racer makes the car. You can put an insanely good quick driver in a turd of a car, and they're going to make that car look good. So to say that there's a car that is lacking here at Monza today would be a really difficult call, or one that I wouldn't want to make.
Yeah, because I think most people in their respective teams will pick cars that they think will be good for the schedule. It's like you could pick a car that's we'll say lackluster. But it won't be very fun if every race you're in the back because you picked a bad car. So it's like, generally speaking, all the cars you see on display today are cars that are, at their worst, competitive.
Yeah, no, I certainly have to agree with that statement, because it seems to me as though all the cars are, while they may not stand out in any one area or in any given race, I think that overall they're all very well rounded, very well balanced cars. So while they may do better, say, on a track such as Monza and be slightly lacking in a track, say like Watkins Glen, that is much more technical, much shorter, much tighter and demanding on the car's maneuverability, such as its agility and versus raw overall speed. I think that it's going to be really interesting to see how some of these cars do at tracks like Watkins Glen, like the Mercedes or the Viper, if it's still being ran and there's not a car switch there. I think that although the Viper is very good at tracks such as this, I think that a track like Watkins Glen we could see being a bit of a handful for drivers who are in cars such as the Viper or the Mercedes. Even can be pretty twitchy and tail happy as well.
Oh yeah. The Viper, for example, it hard as loves braking zones because it's just got that ungodly level amount of torque. It's like, holy cow! That's like, geez.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these are GT3 cars, so each one of these cars definitely has the potential to step out on you. Every single one of them can step out on you if you're at too sharp of an angle and you get on that loud pedal too hard. They'll all do it. It's just that some of them are more susceptible to doing it than others. Yeah, and it has a lot to do with the setup of the car too, whether or not it is.
And it does, sorry to cut you off there, but it does look like Pyro did spin coming into the second chicane, and FAF Swizzle does get past him.
Ooh.
So an interesting turn of events here for Pyro, who was looking to take home a podium for PHG. Yeah. Now looking to fight with Swizzle. He was lucky enough not to collect damage. But that was very interesting. Can we get a replay on that?
That's probably too late now, I'm sure.
Ended up missing that one.
Oh, okay.
So whilst you were away, we were discussing the different manufacturers and the remaining schedule and whatnot, and whether or not we're really going to see a car. Pyro going a little wide there coming out of Ascari. Yeah. Managed to hold on to it though.
Yeah, he ended up getting a pin.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, we're discussing, as I was saying, the remaining schedule and the different manufacturers on there and whatnot. And I had asked the question for you is you could give us a little bit of insight as to what you think about the Viper at, say, Watkins Glen. Do you think the car's really going to struggle there, or what's your take on that?
Was that for me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Can you maybe repeat that?
For you, I was just wondering what your take on the remaining schedule and the different manufacturers of cars and whatnot, and in particular the Viper. You feel like that Watkins Glen is going to be a struggle for you at the Viper, or you think it's going to do all right?
Honestly, I think people make out that car to be, a one and, good at one thing, which is straights and whatnot. But honestly, that car it's not that bad to drive, As we've seen, like our last round, we ended up actually not getting a terrible finishing result. I think we got either like P5 or P4. I think it just came down to like how we were able to adapt and get a good strategy in place so we can have a good mindset coming into the race and be able to, just clock in laps and just try to pass as many people as we can. But honestly, I think the Viper is just, it's a good car, but it's definitely weaker when it comes to, like things like tire wear and, cornering ability. But it isn't too bad to where it's like oh, Viper's only good at straights and nothing else. It definitely has its types of corners that it's good at, things like that.
Yeah, and you made a pretty good point there as far as the Viper and your guys' race. Gunaseka is not an easy track. It is very heavy on tire wear. It is a very technical track. And you're right. I recall the Viper doing quite well there, and so that takes any kind of concern I would have away from the Viper being at any sort of disadvantage when it comes to Watkins Glen later on in the schedule. Pyro here, pulling purples currently.
Yeah, it looks like he's on a bit of a mission now in order to get back the places that he did lose. Fortunately, I think P2 might be out of range for him.
Big Twizzle and Johnny Waffle now.
Yeah. So it looks like I think his P2 chances might be over now, and he's now looking at P3 as he's coming down the inside of Swizzle into Ascari. He gets the move done nicely. Nicely done. Leaving him just enough space. Ooh, pushes him out slightly wide, but will that be a penalty for Swizzle? And it's looking like it won't.
Like he might have stayed on track there.
I think you generally, on the exit of Ascari, don't get a penalty unless you go wide on the AstroTurf.
Yeah, which he was definitely close to doing, but I think he kept it on track. Obviously, it hasn't gotten a penalty, so stewards say he did. Yeah, talking about, further races in the schedule, with the lineup we currently see of the cars that are currently in the league, I think Le Mans is really going to be a challenge for some of these cars. Like the Porsche actually has pretty good top end speed. It just takes it a while to get there toward, in fifth and sixth gear. Once it gets there, it's able to do, like I believe I was able to get the Porsche, the 992, up to 173 miles an hour without a draft. So it's definitely got the speed, but when we see cars that are coming up in the schedule on Le Mans, it's going to be more the cars that I'm going to be concerned with as far as top end speed is going to be the AMG and the GTR. Not great cars as far as overall top end speed goes, but then again, they're very well balanced cars, so they're going to make up that time difference in cornering ability, in late braking, and being able to gain time in areas such as that. So I really don't think that there's a car on the remaining schedule that is going to struggle at all. I think we're going to continue to see what we have throughout the rounds so far. Obviously, this only being round 3, but what we've seen is that I don't think that there's a real disadvantage to any one of the manufacturers, especially concerning the remaining season and tracks that we have for that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out for sure. Yeah,
and teams do have a free car change, so they are able to make, a car change at any time, once only, for free.
Right.
So if they determine that their car is not good enough, they always have the power, to change to something else that maybe fits them or suits them a little better.
Right, and then you get those racers that are just die hard, and they refuse to race anything other than what they race. And I used to be that way. I used to be the guy that would race the 911 there for a while. It went through bashing, and that car just became slow. And I didn't care. I'd race it. I was die hard Porsche fan. and that's what I race. That's what I love. That's the car that I've loved since I was a little kid. And I just go after it, and I'll make it up through skill. You know what I mean? You put a
Yeah.
really great driver in a car that's a turd, and you can still get some amazing things done. And that's what I figured. Though I'm not a really great driver, so it was a little hard.
That reminds me of the proprietor of PhD, Papa. He has unending amounts of love for the Beetle, and regardless of whether it's good or bad, he will use the Beetle. It's a little bit better nowadays, but yeah, even when it was bad, he would still use the Beetle, which I can't fault him for that, because I'm that way with the McLaren 650.
Copy that. Yeah, everybody has their preferred car that they really just fallen in love with. Another one of the RA guys that I can recall quite distinctly for years. I'm talking years. This man has pretty much, unless he is absolutely forced to, he will race nothing but that Nissan GTR, and he's good in it.
Okay.
You know. And you just get drivers that, you know, they have a particular liking to how a car handles, and they get used to it. And well, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, like there's a guy I watched that now mainly plays Le Mans Ultimate, and it's like I think he started out with the BMW, and he literally would just refuse to use anything, and I think within the last week or two, he finally started using, I think like the Lexus, and he was like, man, this car is so much better. It doesn't go through its left front tire like the BMW does.
Copy that. We're being asked in the chat to see the gap between Swizzle and Hot World.
14 seconds is the gap between those two.
14. Yep. You might as well just go through the field, let everybody get a look at their drivers and their teams. And
so Lucas is up to nearly a 40-second lead. Then Johnny has about a 4.5 second lead. Let me change to white flag. All right.
Oh boy, howdy.
IRO has a gap of just about 4 seconds to Swizzle. And Swizzle's just a hair under 14 seconds to Hot World. Or Rebecca, whatever the nickname is. And then his gap to Slowcase is 10 seconds. Then
I was going to say, you're going to want to get through the field, show everybody, but get through it, because Lucas is going to be crossing the finish line in probably, I'd say, under 40 seconds, and we want to see the race leader catch his checkered flag.
Okay, he's got a 13-second gap to Ditchy. Ditchy has a 8-second gap to here, or Monte Carlo. And Monty has a 7-second gap to Edie's. Edie's has 17 seconds to Jay. Jay has a 24-second gap to Slick. And that's your whole field.
There's your lineup.
And it's looking like domination here for Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. 40 seconds in the good. Like I said, that car's really showed to be strong here today. And that team as a whole has really done a phenomenal job. Loris had an incredible race in the last stint, the previous stint, stint 1 of Split 2. He had just a fantastic race. Good, strong showing. And his teammate here, much the same. Just been running away with it. Again, final time through the Lesmos and into Ascari one final time.
Yeah, Lucas been showing how skilled he is this race.
Yeah, indeed.
right. Very good.
And final time he'll have to serve a penalty here as well at the Temple of Speed. So good stuff.
Looks like Lucas, the Iceman, he is coming home to take the win for
Round
Evolution
Parabolica,
Motorsports.
there he goes with the race win for round 3.
Awesome showing there.
Indeed.
Let's see. Yeah, Johnny, for reference, he's only just exiting Ascari. That's how far back that 40-second gap is.
Yeah, it's considerable, all right. So it looks as though we can basically see the lineup as to how they're going to go. Really no big battles as I suspected towards the end of this stint. Surprisingly enough, everybody kind of broke away and ended up in their own little race. We'll see as we go through the field if there's a battle across the finish line or not, though.
Looking like Johnny
IRO
Waffle.
finished right
IRO.
behind. Yep. And
FS
Swizzle
Swizzle
right behind him. That's where I expected the main battling to be, is between those three right there.
Yeah.
Ferrari coming across in P5. Good finish for those guys today.
Okay, across the line. In 6. Then you got Dipchi.
Solid result in P7. The GTR, not bad at all. We see Monte Carlos come around to finish for Enduro Experience. Nicely done by him. And we see Edie's, who did have that incident at the beginning of the race, coming home to finish P9. So solid result to stay in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There we have it. Your race winner, Lucas, aka the Iceman.
Nicely done there, folks.
You should pop up the graphic for that team,
Let's see.
just so everybody can kind of get a look at who all raced in it, you know.
Let's see if I can find which team it is. Let's see.
It's going to be the one with all, I believe those are all German flags. I think. I don't know. I'm not good at my flags.
This one? No. German, but no.
You can hide it on the stream and then flick through them if you're concerned with that. Otherwise, just throw them up. It don't matter.
Let's see.
Get screenshots too. Don't forget your screenshots of your finishing results.
And there's that. Okay. The chat. No, that was Edie's. No. Wheelhouse? Oh, that's for a FACA.
Yeah. No.
Yes. Finally found you. Evolution to...
Hey, there you go. Yep. Loris.
No Limits.
Yep.
Or E2NL.
Ah, yeah. Evolution No Limits team. Copy that. Well done to Evolution's No Limits team. Definitely had some great racing here at round 3 today at the Temple of Speed. No doubt about it. Hands down, the banging race was split to Stint 1. Those guys had an incredible battle throughout the entire field here. And just overall, really great racing from everybody. We've seen a lot of hard battling, but very, very clean and respectable on track from everybody. And definitely want to say a big shout out and thank you to IRO and S7R for having us here today. And a big thank you to all of the fans out there that come and watch and show your support for your teams and your drivers. And also a big shout out to all of the ladies and gentlemen who do the incredibly hard tasks that are done behind the scenes. Got to give a shout out to those guys. Without them, all this stuff falls apart.
Okay, I'm going to hop in for a race interview with PhD Pyro.
Fantastic.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. Top three racers join in for your post race interviews. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. So let me hop in. Yes.
At the line, and it says that I fueled up for 25 laps. So I said, all right, cool. Two laps later, I decided to check my fuel, and it says 5 laps remaining, and I immediately apologized to Josh because he did such an amazing job. I said, yo, man, I'm sorry. I blew it.
Well done, by the way, Pyro.
Thank you. But I blew it. I screwed myself over. But luckily for me, I noticed that Swizzle did the same thing. Swizzle went in the pits, I think, at lap 12 because he underfueled as well.
I was trying to get Lucas in here. I don't know how.
There he is.
There he is.
Lucas,
Hello,
congrats,
guys.
man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done. It's like I was saying on stream, that's like, yeah, it looks like Lucas having a bit of a boring race, but sometimes a boring race is a good race.
It was a race without any problems from my side, so yeah, it was good.
Heck yeah. All right. I was just trying to get the last guy in here, Swizzle, but I don't know. He may not come. Maybe somebody else from Wade. Maybe Wade.
Swizzle just left the room.
There. I'll invite Wade too. Just have somebody from
FAF.
Yeah, FAF over here. But I guess we could get started. We'll start with P3. Let's see, Pyro. Yeah, we guess I kind of heard you as the other guys started coming in. But how did you feel through the race? How did you? I know you short fueled and then you spun, but you still had a really good result.
Yeah, I mean, I had to race with a sense of urgency because there was a malfunction on my part. This is my first time doing the second stint, so while we were waiting for my teammate to tell me to go, I'm looking at the line and I'm in VR. I race in VR. I don't have all the information that everyone else has available, but I'm looking at the line, and being that we took that first the first little lap that we do, it registered that I had fueled up for 25 laps. So I come out the pits and I said to my teammates, because we were all in a group chat together, I said, yo, something must have happened to them because there's no one anywhere near me. And 2 laps later, I decided to look at my fuel and it said I had 5 laps left. And I immediately apologized and said, yo, I screwed up. I knew I messed up for everyone because Josh did such a hard race for him to get up to the podium, and I just threw it all away by not paying attention to my fuel well enough or not knowing the way it works.
Awesome.
So I had to race with a sense of urgency there.
No. Well, you did good at recovering. You're still able to maintain a podium, and I know your team's been extremely busy today with the PhD World Series, and so did you end up driving in that as well, or?
No, I haven't been racing a lot lately because I was in school. Like I just graduated. I got my CDL, so I haven't had much of a chance to actually get on track and race.
Well, we're definitely glad to have you here, and glad to have 2 PhD teams here. I know during a day where sometimes they have to prioritize, if they're going to run in their whatever splits run on Fridays, and they're like, oh, we can't make the Saturday split, so sometimes it kind of
Yeah.
limits their abilities, but what split they could run in. But yeah, good
Yeah,
job,
this is.
THG.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Alrighty. Uh, Lucas, you guys have been pretty strong this season, and it's good to see. But run us down a little bit. How did you and Loris feel? It was Loris, right? Loris ran stint one.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. Well, tell me what your thoughts and your feelings are, and how do you think you performed?
So at first, GG to every drivers that raced today, and yeah, I feel really good. I'm really happy about the win, and yeah, I think Loris and me drive a good race without huge mistakes. Just a little bit, sometimes a little bit wide in some corners, but yeah, it's Monza, so that's normal. But we both did a clean race, and we both had a strong pace. He had a good Loris had a good qualifying, so yeah, it was a really good race from the whole team.
Well deserved, yeah, for sure. No Lander. You guys got anything? No Lander, casual.
I was going to
Oh man,
say, Lucas, between you and Loris, is like the saying goes, fortune favors the prepared. Yeah, you could easily tell the two of you had definitely put in the time to get ready for this race.
yeah, absolutely. It was very evident on track that you guys did definitely put in the time, and you're not wrong. Preparation makes for less mistakes out on track, less time losses, less penalties. Good strategies from you guys coming out and just laying down a dominant race. Stint stint two or split two, stint one was absolutely incredible. Loris had a really great race, and he hard fought, battled to get you guys up into P1 there, and then you just took it away there at the end of the race. How confident were you coming into this race and coming into that final stint that you were going to be able to carry it away as you did?
I was a little. I was just a little bit tired. So my favorite races are they where I can have fights and get places. So I don't want to say that this was boring. It was cool, and I was really confident. So because we had good training, we both had a really good, really strong and consistency pace, and we have built the best strategy for both stints. So I was because of the training that we had, I was really confident to don't make mistakes, to have a good pace and a good strategy. So yeah, it was a perfect race.
Yep, overall consistency and good race strategy will win an endurance race 9 times out of 10 versus just sheer speed. And but man, all I can say is congratulations, you guys came out on top, and well done to y'all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just to let you know, next round is Le Mans. How do you feel about that?
With the Porsche, we are a sitting duck on a straight, but yeah. We will see.
It's not quite a hometown track, but I don't know. How far do you live from Dumont?
I don't know. I'm really close to the Nürburgring, so but
I don't really know how far I am.
Okay.
And the other guys are not in West Germany, so they are really in the center of Germany. So, but we will see. We all in the team like the track, and we hope that our car can be quick on this track too, and see us back on the podium.
All right. Well, hoping to see it. I actually used to live in southwest Germany in the Württemberg area. Yeah.
No, I am from North Rhine-Westphalia, and my teammates, the most of them, from Hessen. But we
Oh,
have
okay.
one Netherlands guy, the Rene. So yeah, we will see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I lived there for 2 years. And my German's still terrible. So
My English is also not good. So
it's better than my German. So I'll take that.
okay.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, and we'll see you again. Auf Wiedersehen.
I hope so. Thank you too.
Thank you.
Tschüssi.
Alrighty.
But
That wraps up interviews. This is my first time being part of it, being an interview, I guess, viewer. Yes.
awesome.
But yeah. Hope everyone enjoyed the interviews. But hopefully, as I get more comfortable throughout this season, I'll do more interviews like that. Because yeah, that's a new experience for me, actually being the one to ask questions. But
Yeah, we'll go over all that, and we'll definitely. But I would say I'm very proud of how today's broadcast went from start to finish. We were able to react and take care of things, and thank you, Mr. Casual, for producing 2 stints, and thank you, No Lander, for commentating for 3 of them. And I don't think today could have gone any better.
Yeah,
Well, I got to say, hats off to you for getting that incident figured out there in that last stint. That was well done. It was right on the money. The driver ended up right where he was supposed to be. So that big part there, man. Well done.
Awesome. Well, we'll see